Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Happy and Haz on Frozen Temple. In the top left side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is Happy, hailing from Russia and currently teamless. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is Haz, representing Yoi Flashwolves and the nation of Taiwan. Alright, so this is from the round of 32 from DreamHack Open 2016, the World Championship Series Spring. Okay, so another PvT. For those of you who are fans of this matchup, I think this is my second favorite matchup in all of Legacy of the Void. Protoss versus Zerg still holds a very, very special place in my heart. But Protoss versus Terran is a very interesting matchup, because there are Disruptors and Colossus and Liberators and Vikings and Immortals and Marines and Marauders and all that crazy stuff. It's not just the same thing over and over. Yes, we're going to see Marines and Marauders from Happy, but you will see things like Widow Mines. You will see, again, things like the aforementioned Disruptors and and Disrupts out of the Protoss player. But Terran has the option to go for Liberators. I've seen a lot of tank usage as well. It's not just Marine, Marauder, Medevac. There are definitely other things mixed in here as these two scouting units just kiss and pass each other very nicely. No crazy proxies happening right now, which is good to see. Both players playing a very standard here. There is a double gateway opening coming out from Haz with the Cybernetics core. Likely going to be a double Adept opening here against his Terran opponent. Double Stalker is also fairly good. But once the Marauders start to come out, that's not as good of an option at all. But indeed, it's going to be a Marine first from Happy. He's not going for the Reaper play here. And there's our music. Why was that so delayed? This replay interface sometimes, man, it drives me crazy. All right. So I'm thinking about doing basically a When Cheese Fails or a Funday Money kind of a thing on this channel. Let me know if you're interested in the comments. And I will think up of ideas and tell them to you. And then you can send me replays. And it will be a super, super fun time. Alright, it is a double Stalker opening here from Haz, so pretty darn good stuff against Terran. They can kite Marines fairly well. It takes some really good micro, to be honest, but again, at this level, should be able to pull it off here. Tries to throw down a forward pylon. Look at the scouting by the Marine, though. Sees it, sees the pylon, decides to go back home. I don't know why. I mean, you might as well try to kill this pylon, but I don't know. Warp gate research is being chrono boosted. Going to be a long time before anything is able to warp in here. And again, if it's not touching a gateway, it's a 16-second warp in time. So that's a bit of an issue here. And look at this, the engineering bay block from Happy does manage to get it off. The SCV dies, but it will take a while for Haz to take this down. So both players doing a little bit of some proxy stuff here. Happy more harassment, and this is more of an aggressive forward pylon. There it is. Now touching the gateway. Perfectly right inside that sphere of influence. And a Stargate too. Haz is being super aggressive here, and I have to say that I love it. Alright, so both players are just basically hanging out on one base. Nobody is really going to expand anytime soon. I don't see a Nexus or Command Center coming up at any point here. The Stalkers and the Mothership Core trying to do stuff. The Cyclone actually gets some hits off on the Mothership Core and does take it out. What a nice pickup. Nice pickup by that Cyclone, and the Cyclone doesn't even die. Whoa, so Haz was trying to go for some crazy stuff here, throwing down the forward pylons with the Mothership Core to get some photon overcharge up on this wall, but this Hero Cyclone with a single kill to his name does manage to save the day. Look how mad he looks. I don't see this 3D portrait very often, but check him out. He's like, I killed that Mothership Core, said mean things about my mother, he did. I don't know why he's a pirate. I guess the scar on his face kind of makes him look like he was born on the high seas and lives to pillage and plunder. Finally managing to take down this engineering bay. Bloop. Now Haz can go for a Nexus. Is saving up some minerals, about 300 right now. We'll get there eventually. And Haz is making sure that Happy's not going to be able to take a command center of his own without him knowing about it. Alright, what's this going to be? A Phoenix opening from Haz. We've seen this fairly frequently in PvT recently on the channel. It's not something that I'm super familiar with, but man, if you can keep these Phoenix alive, killing SCVs, killing Medevacs, killing Liberators, if there are enough Phoenix and not many Liberators, it's not a bad fight at all. Stalker is trying to snipe down these Marines. A tank on the high ground, though, says, hey, you leave my Marines alone. One does die on the bottom of the ramp, but that's okay. I think that is fine with him. It is a sacrifice he needed to make. So chrono boosting, actually not chrono boosting out this whatsoever, using the chrono boost instead on... Is it over here? Oh, you know what? It is there. Never mind. That animation is always a little bit weird on the Stargate. All right, the Phoenix trying to take out that flying tank Medevac. Look at this play. I love it. I love it. It keeps the flying tank inside the base. It cannot harass anymore. The Stalker is trying to kill stuff. Cyclone getting some shots off as well. A lot of Marines dying on this high ground, but good micro and, ooh, Almost getting shot off there with that Cyclone. It's still up to 1 kill. Still looks very angry. Kind of reminds me of the character Devil from Justified, if you've ever seen that show. He was in the show for the first little while there. And really just a great character, very angry all the time. He was as well. Cyclone chasing away these Phoenix. Cyclone, again, really good against anti-air. Good against Cyclones, good against Phoenix, good against Warp Prisms. Things that try to come into the Terran base and kill him. So at this point, Happy is basically stuck on 1 base, which he's not happy about. At the 5.5 minute mark in Legacy of the Void, you should definitely be at 2. The tank count looking pretty darn scary, though. Okay, 2 of them. Not insane. Cyclone, again, really wants to get that 2nd kill, but can't quite pull it off. When that lock-on comes on, does he actually put on the visor? I'll bet he does. We need to watch that a little bit more closely next time he locks on, if that actually does pop on down there. So, give me a reason to lock on, Happy. Production tab shows the Twilight Council coming up for Haz back at home. All right, here it is, picking up some more workers. This harassment by Haz has been absolutely nuts. Cyclone, yeah, he does put it down. Look at him go, and he bares his teeth, and he pops it back up again. That's awesome. I love the animations. And that's one of the things I actually do miss when I'm in my normal interface, which doesn't have all this stuff down here. It gives me more screen space to work with, but I do lose those little 3D portraits, which are super duper fun. Right here, we have 5 workers killed by Haz, doing a great job, especially getting the ones on the gas, really slowing the flow of Vespene gas to the Terran army. Has he been able to take a 2nd base yet? No, Happy has just been absolutely on his back foot this entire time. 2nd base up and populated. 3rd base on the way for Haz too. 26 to 34 total harvesters. Haz is playing this super well. Look at these guys go. Still with 1 kill, but he's done a lot of damage. I wish it showed you how much damage the units have dealt. Even if they don't get credited with a kill, it should be something where we could actually see how much they have caused, how much hurt they've caused to the opposing army, but whatever. Cyclone, I feel like, has killed 2 or 3 units just in damage done, but only gets 1 in the official tally. Phoenix just absolutely being super active right now. Good missile turret placement there. Finally doing that. 40 to 28 harvesters. Haz looking absolutely studly right now. 2nd base does go down for Happy. Does get missile turrets up here. These Phoenix have been crushing it. Have any actually died? I don't know if any actually have. Resources lost only 300 for Haz. I think he might have lost a single Phoenix. Cyclone once again throwing that visor down, then popping it back up. And it looks like he's rocking out to some music, but I don't see anything in his ears, so maybe it's like subliminal stereo or something. I don't know. Resonating glaives on the way for Haz, getting those upgrades for the Adepts. Be so careful. Whoa, 1 Stalker explodes very quickly there. Another one dies too. Why is Haz? Don't just throw away Stalkers like that, man. Okay, he's going to do it again. Ready, set. Cyclone. Oh, Cyclone is not going to kill. He's so frustrated right now. All he wants to do is go back to the bar after this battle, if he's alive, and tell his friends how many kills he got with his awesome lock-on ability. So far, it's 1, which is not going to earn him any free drinks from his buddies at all, and these Phoenix are going to haunt his nightmares, assuming he lives. Is he going to pick off a tank? Haz picks off a tank with Phoenix. You don't see that very often, and almost gets a medevac. Almost gets a medevac. 6 hit points remaining, but 1 Phoenix does go down. Who killed it? Cyclone! Cyclone Pilot Jim. Cyclone Pilot Jim gets the kill. Very proud of himself. His friends are very proud too. I wonder if he knows he bares his teeth like that when he's upset. 4th base coming up for Haz too. I guess focusing, not necessarily mad because he's always mad, but when he's focusing on his target, that is probably is not super aware of what's happening with his teeth there. Phoenix just keep bouncing around this area. If I was Happy, I just throw up a missile turret right here. Just right here. Keep Haz from poking in this angle at all whatsoever. Make him worried about coming over this way, which is a little bit more dangerous. But holy shamoly, the macro. 64 to 44 harvesters. Haz is just absolutely bleeding the Terran player to death right now. Another Phoenix dies. Nope, not a Phoenix, another SCV dies. My apologies. 66 to 43. 10 SCVs have killed. I feel like it's been so much more than that, but it hasn't. It definitely hasn't. It's only been 10. This game does not lie when it tracks stats like that. Here comes a small push from Happy. It is 111 and 96 total supply, 68 to 28 army supply. Has a 28 army supply. He might be in trouble if Happy counter attacks here. So here come the Phoenix. Is this all that there really is? It's a Stalker Phoenix defense, pretty much. It sure looks like it. He does manage to save this, though, making another Phoenix to replace the one that died there. And then Marine pushing on down to scout things out. There are some pylons coming up. Mothership core, I'm sure is anywhere near. Finally getting this pylon. Happy's wanted to kill this for a long time. And the Stargate and the Gateway will fall. Somehow Haz didn't really make an army to defend against this few Marines and a single Cyclone. But I guess he's been macroing up and probing up to his heart's content. Look at this, 68 to 43. Total Harvesters, just absolutely killing it right now. How's the scouting from Happy been? Oh, Happy doesn't know about this base at all. He knows about this one because of scans. But that's about it. Phoenix still flying around, taking some shots from that Cyclone. Any more kills, Cyclone friend? No. Jim still sitting on 2, but still alive at the 10-minute mark, and that's what matters, man. He could be so dead by now. This Marine trying to come on in and get some scouting, going to walk right past these Phoenix and will die. Yep, and here comes a small push from Happy. Stalker trying to hold the Zelnaga Watchtower and going to run for its life with only 9 hit points there. Backing on out is Happy too. Is he taking a 3rd base anytime soon? Really stuck on 2 bases. This is not looking good at all for our Russian Terran friend. He is usually a little bit more solid than this, but finally has warps in himself an Adept army. It's now 96 to 79 total supply. Not as bad as it was previously, but man, these 4 bases from Haz. Look how much gas income there is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Vespine geysers taken by Haz. That gas income is through the roof. 1,000 compared to 600 for his opponent. Doubling up on that mineral income too. Haz should max out here fairly quickly, going for an Oracle and a Warp Prism, getting +2 ground armor and a replacement Mothership Core for the one that he lost early in the game. Finally getting a new one. I guess he isn't really worried about any harassment from Happy, and I can't say that I blame him. Concussive Shells and Infantry Armor level 1 coming up for Happy. He does have +1 on his Gauss rifles and the whatever the heck the Marauders shoot with. I always forget, but we'll try to find them, I suppose. Punisher grenades. Yeah, just like Punisher. Ooh, they're going to make a Punisher series on Netflix. That should be pretty good. Pretty excited for that one. All right, so Adepts are here with +1/+1 and Resonating Glaives, and they're going to do the mass psionic transfer right on inside the Terran base and the cancel. Oh, you're such a tease. You're such a tease, Haz. All right, warping in more. And look at this mass Adept Phoenix play going on. Haz, he's seen this work before. I've seen this work before. Is he going to do it? And Revelation tossed down, and Adepts right here. It is absolutely chaos. The SCV is forced to pull off the line as well. The Phoenix coming in to lift up the tanks, to lift up Marauders. Marines are dying all over the place. You can hear them die. You can hear ghosts. Are those ghosts dying? I don't know, but look at that. Actually holding off fairly well there is Happy. Okay. Who came out on top there? It looks like Protoss has lost 7,700 minerals versus 6,000. Adepts trying to hang in here too, but man, that Adept nerf really not doing Haz any favors here, and Happy manages to survive that very well. A very, very excellent survival there by Happy, but guess what? Haz is still on 4 bases, and Happy is still on 2. Having lost more SCVs in that battle, yeah, 23 workers killed by Haz. It is 22 to 68. The Terran player is being bled. Slowly bled. Haz has not really thrown a knockout punch at this point. But man, I just don't know what Happy can do. He doesn't even have any Liberators. It's a straight Marine Marauder tank. No Widow Mines either. A big old counterattack with Adept. This base is in so much trouble. Haz going after everything, getting after supply depots, trying to kill more of these SCVs, pushing right on in though, as Happy saying, if your army's up there, your army is not down here. Depowering all of these buildings. The Stargate falls, the robotics facility falls. So many dead probes here. This base completely cleaned out in seconds, thanks to the stim and the +1/+1. Adepts up in here trying to do the base race stuff. Not great against buildings, but taking out add-ons, taking out supply depots. Excellent. Splitting units here is Happy. Happy taking out so many gateways. The Nexus is going to fall as well. Finally scouting this out. The Adepts do save it from the deadly single Marine. And I've never seen this before. Adepts laying waste to this main base. Again, their DPS is not that great as another Nexus explodes. More gateways going to be erased from the map here as well. It's still 147 to 88 total supply, but it's pure Adept Phoenix here. Photon Overcharge, triple Photon Overcharge, enough to move Happy back, but he does have tanks. More and more Adepts still going to town, running probes. Where do those guys run from? I don't know. I guess I should pay attention here. Adepts trying to come on in and get right on top of these tanks to kill them. Then they are. They're going to do it. Yes, going to focus down the tanks here. Do they get saved? No, lifted. The Phoenix taking them out. Well done, Phoenix. All that's left are some Marines and some Marauders, which again are pretty darn scary. The Phoenix are trying to clear out this medevac count, which is pretty darn scary as well for the Protoss player. And everything on the ground is dead. Happy doing it with the Marines, with the Marauders, with the medevacs since time immortal in StarCraft 2. Another Nexus going to fall. Another full retreat by probes. Secret base has been taken by Haz, and this is the only command center left for Happy. This is going to come down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how. Other than Haz try to go for an Adept Phoenix strategy that didn't really work out as well as he would have expected. Can he get this into burning? Yes. The orbital command is in burning. Are there any Adepts to take it out the rest of the way? Not really. Not really. Killing those medevacs would be nice, and he does definitely get those. lifting up the mule and killing it so it can't repair. This thing is going to burn down to 20 hit points, down to 10 hit points, and there it goes. All right, so Happy does have another orbital command over this way, though, coming up to defend it with a fairly sizable army, a lot of medevacs. At the very least, Has trying to reestablish his society over here. His main base still lives, which is nice. He still has gateways. He still has a cybernetics core. Does he? Or is that down here? I think that was down here. Okay, he doesn't have a cyber core. That's a bit of a problem, but I think he's in a better position anyway. It is currently 5 to 40 harvesters in favor of Has. Okay, how many was that now? 2. It's 2 SCVs for Happy. I mean, this might be the end, ladies and gentlemen. Happy just been on his back foot the entire game. Did manage to do a nice push, killing 1, 2, 3 bases. Killing 3 bases in one single push with Marines Marauders with +1/+1. Does not know about this base, though, which is a problem. If you're a Blue Terran player, I think he might be able to just go kill it. Alright, so these adepts are kind of scary, especially with the +2 armor, but the +1/+1 medevac count very high, getting more and more energy all the time. I feel like if Happy knows about this, he can go ahead and destroy it, but he doesn't. He's playing very defensively. He knows that the Phoenix come in, he can pretty much wipe out this SCV count very quickly. And that would pretty much be the game. So Phoenix flying around trying to find stuff they can do, but they unfortunately cannot attack ground. At least buildings. So these buildings are going to be safe for a while. Another transfer of probes over to our single mining base. There are 38 workers on the single nexus, though. That is not an efficient use of workers, Has. Maybe you could take another nexus somewhere. Phoenix making sure. Look at how active he's been. So darn active. APM for Has has been 250 on average. Happy's is over 340 on average, but not as quick right now as he just kind of sits here playing defense. He has a bunker up with Marines inside. And I think just a missile turret would be useful. Does he have... He has an engineering bay. He could throw down a missile turret right here if he wanted. He's fairly mineral starved, and there it is. There's the missile turret under construction. But continuing right here, could these adepts handle this? That's a lot of marauders. Marauders do not take the extra damage from the adepts, so I'm not sure if that would work out. Has going for the Dark Shrine. When behind Dark Shrine, I'm not sure he's behind, as he is up 73 to 57 army supply and 39 to 7 worker supply. Just absolutely out-macroing his opponent, as he has the entire game, yet he still finds himself in this tenuous position. Phoenix flying around, just being nuisances. Do you look and see how active these Phoenix are? Protoss players do this. Be active with them, fly them around, never have them hold still for too long, and as soon as I extol Has virtues in this area, he absolutely sits here with his Phoenix and does nothing with them for a few seconds. Alright, adepts say it's time to clear out the main base. Might as well get rid of these supply depots. Hopefully, supply block Happy. Not going to happen anytime soon. Man, look at these guys go. If there are enough of them, they can take down buildings fairly well. I love the continued Revelation toss down by this Oracle. The Oracle's done a fantastic job. Has no kills, but Revelation granting vision for 43 seconds. There's no way this army can move out without Has knowing about it. So that's why he feels safe moving his army up here. He's expanding down here as well. He might start transferring some of these 31 workers down there. Ghost Academy under fire. Those were ghosts I heard earlier. I thought there were some ghosts, but they died right quick, I think. All right, Happy down to 95 total supply. There's still supply depots to kill her. I think he might very well get supply blocked as he's making more supply depots to replace the ones that are getting destroyed here by the adepts. And one more round of dead supply depots. Yep, there's the supply block, and there's the deeper supply block, and more supply blocking going on right now. Oh, Happy is going to take a while to dig out of this one. It is 71 out of 39 total supply, and now down to 15. Okay, 23. He just finished a supply depot, another one, so 71 out of 31. He can't make any more units until he has enough supply depots. This is absolutely crippling Happy's tech right now. This reminds me, what did we do? Did we cast an Into the Void where this ended up happening? The Terran had this army, was playing defense with it, had all of its structures here. I think it was a Zerg, though. A Zerg kept throwing, like, handfuls of Zerglings at him until it didn't work, and then the Terran came back and won. But in this situation, I think has it. I really do. No pun intended, but I think has it. This is a third base now coming up. Officially, I guess this is one, but there's really no resources whatsoever in this main base. So mining from here, and mining from here, splitting out his probes as best he can. That income tab, again, greatly favoring the Protoss player, especially with gas right now. And spending it, too. That's the good thing about Haz. 149 to 71 total supply. Is he just doing... Okay, Archons. I was going to say, if he's still going straight up Adept, I'm just not sure if that's what you want to do. But Archons doing bonus damage against all these biological units on the ground, I think that might be the way to go. How are the upgrades? +2 here. 43 splash damage versus biological. Is it time to move in? Haz, do you see the writing on the wall? And it is... Oh, and the GG! Oh, Happy. Happy taps out, and Haz is victorious. What? He cheated us out of the final battle. Okay, I don't think it would have been that close. I really don't. Again, the army supply here is 109 to 59. Haz basically has it doubled up, but still, these guys have proved so scary throughout. Again, all of StarCraft 2, +1/+1, Marines and Marauders. We do have Combat Shield. We do have Concussive Shells. We do have Stim. We have a lot of Medivacs in the air with a lot of energy here, too. Look at these. Maxed out, maxed out, maxed out. That is the orbital command. Maxed out. It might have been close. It might have been close, but it's, the number of Archons, just too much. Haz was being patient. Happy did not feel like waiting for the hammer to fall, and he tapped out. And today, Protoss is your victor. So, that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.